Hi everyone and welcome to another painting tutorial. So today I'm going to take you through how I painted this Free-Guild Cavalier-Marshal Steed, the Friesian horse breed. So over a Chaos Black undercoat, I decided to use a base coat of ABADDON Black and CORVUS Black, looking at a half-half mix of this, and one coat should do it. However, if you find if there's any streaks or anything like that, just do a second coat. And after giving the ABADDON Blacks and CORVUS Black mix a bit of time to dry, I'm now going to begin highlighting the Steed using CORVUS Black. So just looking to pick out all of the raised areas and just doing some edge highlights here. And as you can see in some of the harder to reach places as well, I am doing some stippling highlights. And also just in other areas of the Steed as well. Sort of just to give the appearance of hair growth on the legs as well. You'll find that stippling is a really effective method of achieving this if you want to, if there is of course no actual hair on the design of the model, in terms of, for example, when you actually look at the Steed, you can't see like lines of hair designed onto the model. However, just by simply stippling with fairly watered down paint, you can achieve this. And now to begin highlighting even further, I'm going to use just Dark Reaper by Citadel. And for the most part, really just following over all of the CORVUS Black highlights. Now to highlight the steed's tail and the hair at the front of the horse, on the head of the horse I should say, I'm just going to dry brush on some THUNDERHAWK blue. Now I'm actually just using a makeup brush for this. I've only recently found that makeup brushes work for fantastic dry brushes. And I actually only paid about, I think it was like $4 AUD for this. As you can see, they're really effective, and by using a brush cleaner as well, you'll find that they do last quite a long time. And the bristles aren't as harsh as well, I've found, as branded dry brushes can be. And now again, just using THUNDERHAWK blue, I'm just going to continue the stippling method over the steed, and of course just some edge highlights as well. And now, just as a final edge highlight and stippling highlight as well, I'm just going to use some FENRISIAN grey. And also just to mention as well, the brush that I have been using for these sort of sharper highlights has been my classic go-to detail brush, which is the Raphael 8404 size 1 or 0. I have found that I've been using the size 1 a little bit more as of late. However, yeah, both are really effective, as I'm sure the sizes up or sizes down would be as well. However, these are my personal favorites. And as you can see, very minimally just applying some FENRISIAN grey edge highlights to the hair, as I was actually really happy with how the THUNDERHAWK blue dry brush came out. So yeah, really just picking out the tips of the horse's hair there, just to add a bit more pop to it. And as always, just making sure you have your model in a comfortable position. Try not to handle the miniature too much in that way as well, or just be careful at the very least where you place your hand, as you'll find that the constant rubbing of parts of the model that you have painted already, if it of course hasn't been varnished yet, it will remove some of the paint potentially. So yeah, just be mindful of that. As you can see with the way, of course, I'm holding the base of this miniature, and I'm keeping my fingers separated. This is something that I haven't actually mentioned in previous videos, but it is something that's worth practicing, because you'll find once you've done it enough, it actually just comes second nature, and you won't have to really worry about it so much. It's certainly a good thing to get into a rhythm of doing, as opposed to having to go back and tidy up paintwork that's, you know, either chipped away or that is rubbed off. And at this point I was actually really happy with how everything was looking. However, I wanted to tie everything together. So I was thinking on this for a little while, and I do remember, so my favourite painter, Darren Latham, I do remember there was a tutorial, or at least maybe perhaps one or two that I can remember, where he actually used LAHMIAN medium as a finisher to tie everything in. So I did want to utilise that method. However, I've also added in, so 10% ABADDON black, 10% Night Lord's blue, and then 80% being LAHMIAN medium. Now there was no water in this mix either. So yeah, just try and get two really small amounts of the two colours mentioned, and then the rest are LAHMIAN medium. And we're just looking at shading over the entirety of the Steed, so that includes the hair as well. And here are some photos of the completed miniature. So I hope you found this tutorial useful today. I had an absolute blast painting this model. Cities of Sigmar have very quickly become one of my all-time favourite armies, and I still have plenty of work to do on that army. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.